Right now at 10, an Unalaska teen is in jail tonight, facing charges of attempted homicide and armed robbery. Police are sharing more details. And funding for fighting PFAS. Wisconsin's budget writers are setting aside millions to help cities battling forever chemicals in water. Plus, bringing lacrosse to La Crosse. High schoolers in the area will have the chance to compete in a sport that was played in the Coulee region by Native Americans for hundreds of years.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. An Unalaska teen is in jail tonight after being arrested for attempted homicide and robbery. 17-year-old Ephraim Coe is facing multiple charges after police say he robbed people at a Northside home at gunpoint. According to police, Coe told victims to get on the ground and kicked and strangled one of them. Police say when the victims fought back, Coe fired a gun, but the bullet did not hit anyone. And News 8 Now spoke to a nearby homeowner who says he had a similar incident happen recently.
It's, a little scary living only a few blocks away, knowing that something like that happened. We had an incident about a month ago where somebody tried to break into our house, so this kind of hits home.
Police say Coe stole several items and left the house. He turned himself into police yesterday. He's being held in jail on multiple police charges, including attempted homicide and robbery with use of force. He's scheduled to make an initial appearance in court tomorrow afternoon. An investigation is underway after a Monroe County Sheriff's Office canine died after a heat-related injury. News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to a criminal justice lawyer who says there are hefty fines when canines are harmed.
They are often seen in the agency as a partner to the law enforcement officer who they work with.
6-year-old Canine Colt had been a part of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office since 2018.
Every day they're putting their lives on the line to keep the community safe.
On Wednesday, May 10, Colt suffered a heat-related injury. In a statement sent to News 8 Now, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office says after multiple treatments, Colt died 5 days later. Criminal justice lawyer and member of the Animal Legal Defense Fund, Emily Lewis, says Wisconsin is one of many states where additional laws protect canines.
Laws that make it illegal to do things like frighten or intimidate, threaten, abuse, or harass a working dog, and a law enforcement working dog.
The Vernon County Sheriff's Office and Juneau County District Attorney's Office are investigating this case. A Monroe County deputy has been placed on administrative leave. Lewis says under Wisconsin law, the deputy could face a possible felony.
This officer could face a felony charge and the resulting penalties that go along with that. So up to a $10,000 fine and up to 3 years or more in imprisonment.
Monroe County Sheriff Wesley Revels said in a statement Wednesday, this situation has been very difficult for everyone, and there is no doubt that this loss will have a lasting impact on Colt's handler and the Sheriff's Office as a whole. Reporting in Monroe County, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
Lewis says depending on the investigation, it is possible no charges will be filed. Well, for the latest on these developing stories and more, be sure to download our News 8000 app right onto your phone or tablet device.
All right, we do have a line of showers pushing its way through the Coulee region. Again, this time it's for our southern zones. Take a look here now at the radar scan over towards portions of Winneshiek, Allamakee County, as well as portions of Houston County. Seeing a line of heavy rain. We'll go ahead and zoom the map in towards this area, and you can see that line right here that I'm keeping an eye on. Over towards the Decorah area, just to the east of Spring Grove, and then over towards Lansing. And you can tell over the past couple of hours that this system has just been trying to get its act together. Again, it's nothing to really write home about, but it is producing some heavy rain. We are getting a little bit of report of some hail being picked up with this system as well. So that's something, again, we'll keep an eye on over the next hour or so. Hey, we made it to 80 in La Crosse. Everywhere else made it into the 70s. 77 was the high in Eau Claire, 79 Winona, 81 Decorah, 76 Viroqua, 79 in Boscobel. Let's hope you plan the next several hours. We'll stay in the mid-50s by 3 a.m. 5 a.m. when you join meteorologist Derek Sibley tomorrow morning. It'll be 54 degrees. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds. We're going to keep the rain chances in the forecast, albeit small, but we're going to keep them in the forecast for a while as well. Right now, we are in the 50s and 60s, upper 60s towards Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. Decorah is at 61, 62 is the current temperature in La Crosse. Ladysmith is at 54 degrees. And like I said, we have mostly cloudy skies. 62 is the temperature in La Crosse. With winds out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. Now, Ken, coming up in the first one forecast, we're going to talk about temperatures going into the 70s this weekend with sunny skies. But the question is, will we get any warmer than that? I'll have that answer coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, Republican Senate and Assembly members are divided today over the Assembly's proposed bill to add funding for local services like police and fire. So on Wednesday, the Assembly passed an amended bill that was increasing aid to local governments by 15%, and it would allow Milwaukee City and County to raise their revenues if voters approve a higher sales tax. Well, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos said at the end of the day that night that they were done negotiating. But today, Republican Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu said the Senate will probably remove that Milwaukee provision. Vos says if the Senate does that, it would, quote, kill the bill. In the meantime, the state's Joint Finance Committee has created a separate account to commit $125 million toward fighting PFAS pollution. At a press conference today, the committee's co-chair did not specify how that money should be used, except to combat the dangerous forever chemicals.
This fund will be dedicated to PFAS. $110 million of that will be general purpose revenue, and $15 million from the environmental management seg account.
And the chemicals linked to serious illnesses and cancers are found around the state, but heavily in groundwater in places like the town of Campbell and Green Bay. The governor's budget had called for a similar investment and for restricting PFAS levels in well water. Committee officials say future legislation will be outlining the state's solutions to the contamination problem. The committee also announced today the state intends to invest $10 million into park improvements across the state, as well as meat and dairy processing grants for farmers. Wisconsin's Department of Natural Resources says a new funding program is available for organizations needing all-terrain vehicle safety instructors. The two-year program includes up to $300,000 in funding to hire those safety instructors and trail ambassadors. Eligible organizations first have to prove they are registered as a non-stock organization and that they have a business plan outlining the ways they'll promote safe usage of ATV and UTVs. Organizations also need to apply by June 12th. A Special Olympics tradition happens tomorrow. Morning commuters passing Dunkin' Donuts on Losey Boulevard in La Crosse will see Cops on the Rooftop. The annual event raises money for Special Olympics Wisconsin. Everyone who donates gets a donut. People donating $10 get a coupon for a medium hot coffee. The event starts bright and early at 6 and runs through 11. Still ahead, Western Technical College celebrated one of the biggest graduating classes of its GED and HSED program. One graduate tells us her story and wants to make sure everyone knows an old dog can learn new tricks.
Our phones keep us constantly connected, but what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time, and to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99, plus they'll give you $200.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Yeah.
US Cellular, built for us.
One of the biggest classes from a Western Technical College program graduated today. One student in particular is marking the end of a long journey to get her education. News 8 Now's Anna Fisher attended the GED graduation celebration and joins us live in studio with that person's story. Good evening, Anna.
Good evening, Ken. Many people believe that high school has a time and a place, but this 38-year-old graduate from Western Technical College says otherwise.
I'd like to thank you all for attending my retirement party. Oh wait, no, this is my high school graduation.
A diploma that was 9 years in the making.
It did take me a little chunk of time, but I did it.
Jessie Seide made the walk across the stage. Seide was one of over 300 graduates receiving their high school equivalent diploma from Western Technical College.
We have one of our largest graduating classes we have ever had. We have 320 graduating students.
Giving her first ever public speech, Seide shared some words of wisdom.
It isn't too late. You can achieve your goals, you can turn over a new leaf, and you can, in fact, teach an old dog new tricks.
The Viroqua native also talked about her experience at Western.
It was therapeutic. It was beautiful. It was like something I couldn't have ever expected because my experience in school was very negative.
Seide previously struggled with bullying and staying engaged in school.
The structured setting of a classroom didn't work for me. That's not the way I learn.
Luckily, Western had an array of learning modes for Seide.
We have more avenues for students to get a high school diploma. We also can combine GED test scores with high school transcripts and come up with individual academic plans for each student.
Now at 38, Seide is inspiring others while accomplishing her goals.
What fueled my fire was getting my message out there to people and letting them know, like, hey, it's not too late for you.
Seide plans to spend the summer with family and is considering a future in food management, and we wish her all the best. Ken, back to you.
We certainly do. Thanks very much, Anna. Still ahead tonight at 10, an education outside the classroom. Lacrosse students celebrate School Garden Day by learning all the work it takes to get their food from farm to table.
And in the world of weather right now, we are seeing some splash and dash showers across the Coulee region, especially towards portions of Winneshiek and Alameda County, as well as portions of Houston County. Now the question is, when we warm up, I'll have that answer in the First Warn forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Here at The Y, we offer more than just a job. We offer the chance to make a difference in a fun, flexible environment where our mission and core values drive every decision we make. Join us in this amazing work. For specific positions and details, visit our website.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. What says spring like free flowers? All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, get $50 worth of free flowers from Sparta Floral when you spend $499 or more. Buy a sofa, get free flowers. Buy a fridge, get free flowers. Buy some flooring, get free flowers. While you're picking up your free flowers, buy some more flowers. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
Birthdays are something to celebrate, and our News 8 This Morning team highlight them every day. If someone you know is turning 8 or 88, submit a picture of them at news8000.com today. Look Who's 8, brought to you locally by Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska. Little teeth, big smiles.
Here at the Y, we offer more than just a job. Experience the personal satisfaction that comes from nurturing the potential of youth and teens, improving our community's health and well-being, and providing support to our neighbors. Join us in this amazing work.
Diapers in politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. term limits pledge. Term limits action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Governor Evers has declared today Wisconsin School Garden Day. This day helps recognize programs that offer educational opportunities to youth in the state. Today, students from Summit Environmental are planting in the school's garden alongside educators from the nonprofit GROW. Summit's principal says these kind of lessons outdoors are very important to instill at a young age.
Even though we live in a rural community, sometimes they don't know where their food comes from. So it's really nice and neat to see them try new things and enjoying through the program, through the garden, to the GROW lessons.
Summit is one of 9 area schools that partner with GROW to provide students those interactive and garden-based learning experiences. Northside Elementary and Cooley Montessori students are putting more than 1,600 hand-grown plants up for sale the next 2 days. The second annual plant sale runs tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. and then Saturday from 9 to noon. The students are offering everything from house plants and vegetable starters to some creative artwork. The proceeds from the plant sale will go to the school's greenhouse project. Certainly drier conditions earlier in the day, but we did have some evening showers today, Eric.
Right, we did. We picked up 707 here at the station, and some places, especially towards our southern communities, Winneshiek, Alameda County, Houston County, could see some rain within the next hour or so. Take a look here at the city cam right now. You can see we have mostly cloudy skies out there at this hour. 62 is the current temperature in La Crosse, but I want to draw your attention to Eau Claire. We're at 56 degrees there. Humidity is sitting at 93%. We have winds out of the west-southwest at 3 miles per hour. In La Crosse right now, we're sitting at 62 degrees. We have mostly cloudy skies out there. Humidity is at 86% with winds out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. We made it into the 70s and 80s for today. 80 was the high in La Crosse, 77 was the high in Eau Claire, 79 in Black River Falls, 78 in Sparta, 76 in Viroqua. We're going to be substantially cooler for tomorrow. We're only going into the 60s. Some places, especially in our northern communities, will stay in the 50s. There's one place I have a concern about. That's Medford, 50 degrees. Some places around Medford won't even see that. Some places may see highs in the upper 40s. So the farther south you go, the warmer it's going to be. 63 in New Albany, 63 in Lansing, 60 in Waukon, 60 in Decorah, 59 in Preston. The radar scan right now, I want to go ahead and focus on a couple of places. First of all, over towards portions of Winneshiek and Alameda County, seeing some heavy rain at this hour. This right here is Highway 52, just to the east of Decorah, picking up on some heavy rain at this hour. You go into portions of Alameda County. Here's Lansing, just to the west of Lansing, seeing some precipitation. Then we go into Houston County, just to the south of La Crosse, just to the east of the Caledonia area, seeing some heavy rain. And then we move a little bit farther east over towards Juneau Adams County, just to the south of the Mauston area, over towards the Dells, seeing some heavy rain. Now, the rain chances are going to continue as we go into the next several hours. Then it'll start to dwindle down by the time Friday morning reaches the time frame. Now, here's your setup. Here's this cool front right here. This is going to be our weather maker as we go into your Friday, and look what it's bringing with it. Look at the temperature change. We're in the 60s in La Crosse. You go to International Falls, 45 degrees. So that cool air and that northwesterly flow will be the contender as we go into your Friday. The good news is, though, if you're not a fan of the 50s and 60s, we're going to warm back up just in time for Saturday and Sunday. So here's the timeline. Follow the clock here on the top left corner of your screen. We're going to get a break in the clouds for a little bit, only to fire back up again as we go into Friday morning. The reason why you guys in our northern communities are going to stay in the 50s, you're going to see mostly cloudy skies. From La Crosse or Black River Falls and Point South, we're going to stay partly to mostly sunny. The clouds will start to pick up, though, as we go into your Friday night, only to dissipate again by Saturday morning. So the rain chance and thunderstorm chance will continue to linger as we go into the overnight hours. That patchy smoke is going to be a main contender as well. Keep in mind, we have that air quality alert for the overnight hours going into tomorrow, which expires at noon for almost everybody in the News 8 Now viewing area. For tomorrow, we'll see temperatures going into the 50s by 8 a.m. We'll go to the 60s by the 4 o'clock hour. We're only going to 61 degrees. Allergy forecast really quick. The mulberry will be on the low end. Oak will be on the medium end. The trees will be on the high end for tomorrow. And then the next 8 days, really quick, we go back into the 70s for the weekend. That trend continues for Monday, then 80s. Tuesday through Thursday.
Looking good.
Yes, it does.
Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Coming up next in sports, a couple of big track meets here in the Cooley region as athletes continue to prep for states. Plus, it was senior night for Central Baseball, but the rival Rangers trying to spoil the party. Rob's got the highlights next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. At Mayo Clinic Health System, get personalized specialty care with access to experts from orthopedics to neurosurgery and cardiology to cancer care, all close to home.
Taco John's new double beef and potato quesadilla is so filling, it'll have you speaking double. Double seasoned beef, crispy potato olays. 5 melty cheeses, double beef olay. New ultra filling double beef and potato quesadilla for a limited time at Taco John's.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find the best furniture in the area. And now, during our Memorial Day sale, the prices are better than ever. Only at Drury's will you find store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. You'll find incredible savings on furniture for every room in your home. From Daniels Amish, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and Stressless, all on sale. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. The Memorial Day sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Are you tired of living with a wet, musty basement? Let the professionals at All Star Basements find the right waterproofing solutions for your needs. We do it all, from leaks, seepage, and flooding issues to foundation repair and radon mitigation and mud jacking. We service all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and western Wisconsin. Our services come with a lifetime transferable warranty and our low price guarantee. So stop living with a damp, smelly basement. Call us today for a free estimate or find us online at allstarbasements.com.
With most value menus, more cheese means spending more cheddar. But Taco John's Valuest menu isn't most value menus. Now get our Nacho Crunch Burrito with chicken for just $3. Or get it with beef for just $2.
Only on the Valuest menu at Taco John's.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're coming down the final stretch of the high school track and field season. It all culminates in a couple of weeks on the UWL campus for the state track meet. But until then, the best athletes in our area still have some work to do before the first weekend in June. Let's head to Sparta High. Spartans hosting the Last Chance Invite. Pick it up on the 110-meter hurdles. It's Thomas Mitchell Schroeder flying toward the finish line. He finishes in first with a time of 16.74. 100-meter dash time on the girls' side. It's Onalaska's senior Taylor Molling crossing first at 12.8. Her teammate Ella Stevens finishes in second with a PR of 13.29. Let's see how the boys did on their 100-meter dash. This one was a photo finish. West Salem's Carter Walter and Onalaska's Casey Barth neck and neck down the stretch, but it's Walter getting it done at 11.48. Barth finishes at 11.55. Up next, it was the girls' 1,600-meter run. 11 athletes on the track. Only one can finish in first. This race belonged to Westby's Elizabeth Curtis, the freshman. Making it look easy, she was all alone on the final turn, just under 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Finally, it was the boys' turn to give it their all for 4 laps around the track. It was all said and done. It was Brookwood's Dylan Powell finishing in first at just under 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Sparta freshman Joel Johnson finishes just 4 seconds behind. Up to Whitehall, 15 teams looking to stay in stride ahead of regionals. We start the action at the 100-meter hurdles. CFC's Ella Arneson comes in first with a time of 17.68 seconds. Now to the 100-meter dash. Blair Taylor's Paige Kelly wins it with a time of 13.22 seconds. Same race for the boys. 1-2 finish for Logan, led by Justice Ariano. Evan Witchell finishes in second. Now to the 1,600-meter run, starting with the girls. Another big win for the CFC Pirates. Addie Dwellman wins with a time of 5 minutes, 13.09 seconds. Same race for the boys. CFC's Wesley Perchinsky wins with a time of 4 minutes, 35.98 seconds. Now to the 4x200 relay, starting with the girls. Logan girls take first. Same race for the boys. Arcadia comes through with a big win. No team scores have been reported as of yet. Let's go to the Diamond at Copeland Park. Senior night for the Central baseball team. Riverhawks hosting rival Logan. Pick it up top one. Rangers going right to work. Gabe Catchy lines a base hit into left field. Here comes Johnny Lever sliding in safe. Logan strikes first. It's 1-0. And how about the guy on the hill, Tyler Rumsey? He was dealing. He gets out of a jam in the first, then gets another K to escape trouble in the second. Just one hit allowed by Rumsey on the night, and the offense helping him out. Bradley Check lines one into center field for a base hit. Rangers double their lead. It's 2-0. How about Nick Jolly in the fifth? 2 in scoring position. Jolly gets it done. He finds a hole on the right side. Both runs come in to score. Rangers get the shutout win over their rivals, 4-0. High school softball playoffs beginning today. A couple of games getting moved to tomorrow because of the rain, but the Lafarge softball team got its game in this afternoon. Wildcats getting a big win at home over Weston. 7-1 the final there. They're moving on to the next round of the regionals. Wildcats will take on Brookwood next Tuesday. Tough one today for the UWL softball team in their regional game. Eagles fall 2-0 to Bethel. UWL will play an elimination game tomorrow at 1:30. Just another reminder, the UWL baseball team will be at home for its regional beginning tomorrow. Eagles earned one of 41 automatic bids for this year's NCAA Division III championships. They'll get to host a 4-team regional at Copeland Park. UWL will open up against Bethany Lutheran out of Minnesota bright and early tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The schedule? Looking forward to playoff time?
I'm in the zone. I'm in playoff mode right now. That game at Copeland tonight was awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Good environment, 2 rivals going at it.
Yeah.
Great field. I mean, sliding. Luckily, the rain held off for a while. I mean, they only got 4.5 innings in.
I know. Well, turf is kind of a luxury these days.
Yeah,
right?
sure is.
Absolutely. We didn't grow up with that.
I barely grew up with a baseball field. There are potholes, divots everywhere.
Kids are spoiled these days.
But it made us tougher. It made us so much tougher.
Rob, thanks very much, man. We got more news right after this.
Ashley's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Get up to 50% off Spotlight deals. Plus, pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. And ask how to receive a $100 Visa prepaid card. Only at Ashley.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or tick it. Together, we can save lives.
What lies inside all of us is more than data. It's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. We ask for 1 million individuals to come forward and stand on this landmark in history. All of us are different, and it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Save $1,000 on select Sealy mattresses and get $100 instant savings on Ashley Sleep adjustable base sets. Plus, pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. Only at Ashley.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The city of La Crosse is named after the sport, which actually began with Native Americans playing a similar game hundreds of years ago right here in the Coulee region. So why don't any of our high schools have a lacrosse team? Well, we do now, as Kate Overton explains.
So like this soil we play on today has been played on for hundreds of years, and that's just an honor to me to play on this soil and play where this sport has a rich history and heritage in our area.
The game once played by the native Ho-Chunk Nation has changed over the years, but its roots right here in western Wisconsin remain solid. Starting next school year, teams all across the state will be participating in the first WIAA lacrosse season, including the area's co-op team, the La Crosse Lightning.
It's just going to be such a different change and feel. Like being a club sport, you don't get like the same exposure in the school, and like it's just different because the fan base isn't there and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be an amazing thing for this club to expand and the sport of lacrosse to grow in our area.
While the sport has seen its ups and downs in its namesake city with the WIAA taking over, the hope is that participation will skyrocket.
You have to reach a certain threshold, and then if you get accepted, then, like you said, the growth then takes off or skyrockets in some instances. We are hoping for that same type of scenario in lacrosse.
The WIAA says that it's one of the fastest growing youth sports around the country, and before the pandemic, participation here was on the rise.
It was growing pretty rapidly, I would say, up until COVID. COVID hit, and then we didn't have a season for a season and a half.
So what exactly is lacrosse?
It's similar to other sports. I think it has aspects from all different sports in it. Like you have a stick similar to in hockey, and the substitution is similar to hockey, and it's constantly moving. There's no stops.
Like a lot of sports, you try to put the ball in the goal, but for lacrosse, it's the speed of the game that keeps athletes coming back.
Overall, it's a very fast-paced sport, which I love personally because I'm a very energetic person and I like the get up and go of lacrosse.
The town once named after the sport will soon be taken over by it once again. Reporting from La Crosse, Kate Overton, News 8 Now.
The plan is for the team to start with this co-op, but eventually get to a level where all schools can have their own team. The inaugural season will start in the spring of 2024 and will have both boys and girls teams. We'll be right back after this.
Selling your car yourself can take weeks. Selling to an online reseller takes days. Selling your car to Dahl Auto takes 30 minutes. Bring your title and keys and leave with a check. Dahl Auto, simple.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Plays in construction, so we thought, hey, it'd be nice to see if there was any hearing changes due to being in construction.
For the most part, it's pretty good. There's a few spots where the lows were tough.
Luckily, mine was in the normal ranges, but a lot of people don't know they have a hearing problem. You know, I just wanted to know, too, to make sure we're doing everything we can do to be proactive about keeping our ears healthy. A lot of information goes through our eyes, but a lot of information goes through our ears, too.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
On GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Dahl Auto, simple.
Here we go. The next 8 days, cooler tomorrow, warming back up into the 70s for the weekend. Mr. Kozarowski.
Looks good. And one correction, the Cop on a Roof will be at both Dunkin' locations, both north side and south side of La Crosse, 6 to 11 tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.